So guys, if you have ever heard of extending a visitor visa in Canada or applying for a work permit after your study permit, then I'm pretty sure that you would have heard about the word implied status. Because this video today talks in good detail about that particular word, the implied status, and one very important change that IRCC just announced, and this video talks in detail about it. Please be tuned till the end. My name is Sahil. So guys, welcome back once again. My name is Sahil and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and I practice in Brampton, Ontario. My office is there. But right now I'm traveling to India. So if you have to get in touch with me, my Canadian number is on the screen for a WhatsApp conversation, and please make a note of my Indian number for a quick chat over the phone while I'm in India. Guys, if you are watching this video for the first time, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, because every time we release a new video on Canadian immigration, make sure that you don't miss it. So guys, what we're discussing today is implied status and the important change that IRCC announced around it just about a couple of days ago. So guys, the first things first, what is exactly an implied status? Now, as the word means, as the the literal meaning of the word means something that is implied. So what generally happens is, for example, if you were in Canada, I mean, I'm talking about the background. So let's say if you were in Canada on a particular visitor visa and you would have applied to extend your visitor visa, chances are that before the approval happens, your existing visitor visa might get exhausted. So we'll just talk about dates to give you an example. So for example, let's say you entered Canada on 1st of January, and then the officer allowed you to enter for 6 months. So let's say 6 months would be the 30th of June. Now let's say you on 30th June your visitor visa entry was expiring, but say around the 15th of June you had applied to extend your visitor visa. Now good number of chances that your approval might not come before the 30th of June. Now even though it's not there till the 30th of June, after that date, I mean July onwards, you would then be transitioned into something known as an implied status, which means your previous status is already intact, which is implied status, until and unless you hear back from IRCC on a decision on your profile. So it could be rejected or approved or whatever, but until that decision is given to you, you would have been on your implied status. Now, this was one example that I gave you regarding a visitor visa. International students who come to Canada usually do that, and they are subject to implied status almost all the time when they apply for a postgrad work permit. So once they complete their education in Canada, they apply for a postgrad work permit and wait for it, and then they are under an implied status until then. Now this is implied status. Now let's talk about the change that IRCC announced around this. So now what they've done is they've changed the word implied to now they're about to call it now maintained status. Okay, now they instead of using implied, they say that the word implied usually confuses officers and applicants and everybody. So they want to clarify that particular situation and call it now a maintained status. Okay, and obviously all the places where you would see implied status has now been changed to maintained status, and in the bracket it normally says formerly implied status or previously implied status, something like that. So guys, I hope this particular change is there and you don't get alarmed when you see a new concept of maintained status whenever you're applying for a study permit, work permit, or visitor visa extension or whatever. You should not be alarmed, because maintained status is just now the new word for implied status, which was there previously. Guys, if you need more information on implied status, I suggest you do a deep research before you even think, because what I shared is just the brim of the surface. There's a lot of in-depth detail that you must be aware of before you even think of getting or using an implied status for your benefit. Once again, if you have to get in touch with me, please make sure that you make use of the Canadian number for a WhatsApp chat to book your consultation, or make a note of the Indian number for a quick conversation on phone to book a consultation. Once again, it was lovely chatting with you, and I hope to see you soon in Canada, and all the best.